What's up, guys? We're back here at GOMTV here with World of Tanks in what has so far been an incredibly one-sided series.
This feels like when I'm cleaning my house and I get my broom out and I start sweeping the floor. That's what Noah's doing with Vipers right now.
Whoa,
They're sweeping
you,
the ground
Brendan, are a poet.
with the Vipers. They have their Viper broom out and they're sweeping it.
Yeah, dude, this is so one-sided. Yeah, so far.
That's how it feels. I mean, we've had three super quick games.
The last game was jaw-droppingly bad by the Vipers, by the way.
Yeah, the strategy didn't really look so.
I don't even understand
what planned, or
I don't even understand what the strategy was. We were actually talking about this on the break. Yeah. Like, what were they trying to do back there?
It just
like I don't get it.
So disconnected from everything. Like those two tanks went in there, or the three tanks like came around the corner and died.
Well, it was weird because it was like they were attacking 2 points that were not connected, and therefore they just cut their team up in half.
Yeah,
and
it was strange.
Got shot up. This is a great map to end this on, if it does end here, Ruinberg. But again, you got to keep in mind, like, the Vipers have yet to do anything that really seems to be like much of a plan here. You know what I'm saying?
It seems like their communication is off, or their whole play is kind of just strange so far.
Yeah, I mean, it so far. I mean, if this pattern exists here, the Vipers are just going to lose this 0-4, and it's going to be Noah against Arate here in the finals.
Yeah, it's looking that way. We have some coupons on screen. You guys can use those.
Yeah, punch those coupons in, man.
Here we have Even Fall.
Here we got Even Fall, man. The handsome, deadly leader of Team Noah.
He just he doesn't really show much emotion. He just calmly guides his team to victory.
You know what's interesting too is that Even Fall mostly plays in the Tier 1, the Team 1. I mean, he is basically, excuse me, he's a shot caller. He's got this game very, very mapped out. I mean, they are eager to get their revenge here against Arate, who's already in the finals.
I'm trying to read what that says in front of Sunglove's face, but I wasn't able to.
You know, again, we got to go back to that interview here early on. Sunglove said, by the way, my team is recruiting.
Yeah.
Contact me if you want to. I mean, that was a weird opening to this whole show, right?
We said it before. We're like, you don't do that before a major game, you know?
I know, right?
It speaks volumes about where the Vipers' mind is right now, especially Sunglove, about his team. He's like, well, we kind of are just not good. We need some new players. So we know we're going to lose Even Fall. If you let us win one game, maybe that would be great. That would be cool of you to do for us. Even just saying winning one game and please give it to us is a big statement.
Yeah, I mean it's like these guys already. I guess even though World of Tanks is getting bigger in Korea, the competitive pro scene is small enough that it's like a lot of these teams and players know where the results are before they even come out.
Yeah, I mean Noah with the team house. These guys practice all the time. These guys put in a lot more time probably than the Vipers do, and they deserve.
Well, I mean, Noah just seems to have organization on their side. I mean, these guys really seem to understand every map, the basic situations that some of these teams get in and how to get out of them.
Well, if you have a team house, usually you'll have coaches and all sorts of stuff like that. Different, what am I trying to say here? Different things you can, different people who can look at the maps for you and give you stats and stuff, and you can study the maps all together and come up with different strategies. It lends itself to having a team that's as prepared as Noah looks.
Okay, so we're going with a bunch of heavies here and two lights, excuse me, for the Vipers. This is an interesting map because the left side of the map is very urban, lots of buildings and stuff. The right side of the map is just open field. We've had a lot of different strategies come up here. Base capturing can be very strong if you get it in the right position here because if most of the team is out on the field, the opposing team is out on the field, you get the base capture. It's really easy to hold that spot down. Yeah. A lot of the other maps, like take Abbey, for instance, you try to capture the other guy's base, there's like, it's like 180 degrees of different locations you can get shot from.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's time to start game number 4. Are the Vipers going to turn this around, or is Noah going to close this out?
I say this every time I come, but I really got to find out what music this is that comes on before the games. Really enjoying it.
We got the best soundtracks here at GOM. Now, we have Noah here at the south and the Vipers up in the north.
Yep. Bit of a
We see a lot of
pinging
on the mini-map here.
Yep, especially that F7.
Yeah.
One head over there.
And it looks like we're going to have most of the Vipers now going down into the city lane here. Meanwhile, Noah, it appears so far that they're just going to spread out. Now, Vipers seems to be doing some kind of a bum rush here. Keep in mind,
that way.
Well, before I even could say that, Sunglove's already been spotted now, going down the middle here.
He is in that AMX 1390, so he's very fast, and he was able to get out of range of those turrets, the Noah tanks. See right now, even fall. He's going to be spotted by Sunglove. He's going to go down.
Wow! Exact revenge there from Sunglove to even fall. Okay, so we have 2 tier 1s already taken out here. Now, the majority of the Vipers are actually coming down here through G3 right now and continuing to push.
Noah, they always know what to do to respond to pushes like this. They're coming back. So far, keeping their 269s a bit more north. They know that Vipers aren't going to just bum rush the base capture just yet. Got to get their tanks in position first.
Vipers are starting to close in here. Noah has lost both the T1 tanks, tier 1 tanks, excuse me. So they don't have a lot of intel right now. Some of this is going to have to be guided by instinct.
Candy now in range of Sakaz. Does take
Candy.
1 hit.
Noah actually already off to a bad start so far.
Yeah. Could this be the game that the Vipers actually take back?
It's totally possible. Maybe the Vipers have that little break we had there. Maybe that allowed them to recoup.
So far, Noah sending a couple more tanks over there to the right, a bit north, guided by the AMX 1390. Still have a bunch of tanks spotted over there. Ro.4 has taken a bit of damage. More than half his health is gone. Sunglove now, his AMX 1390 coming all the way around the north side.
Yeah. That is interesting to see a bit more organization here from the Vipers. We have one. Yeah, okay, that's the light tank, the AMX 1390 now coming up here. That's Shiopapa now getting hit, but spotting Sunglove and now circling around. Really nice play there.
Takes a hit, puts one onto Sunglove as well.
White Morph is in the back here, continuing to fire.
Shioppapa's got to be careful here. He's a bit surrounded.
Well, the Vipers are beginning to close in here. Shiopapa in a lot of trouble. Shiopapa now taken out there.
White Morph trying to support, try to get some damage. I'd love to see Sunglove's help.
White Morph now being hit. He needs to get behind that rock. A lot going on right now here. Red Bull continuing to fire down there from with his T69. Artie World now coming around. White Morph very low, trying to hide behind this rock. Really no way that he can get out from behind that rock, by the way. And Noah is beginning to fall apart here.
Yeah, already losing 2 tanks. They are able to take out Infant. And now coming around here, Sakaz.
Red Bull coming out now. Candy now firing here. This is actually the tensest moment here because they need to keep Candy alive. Oh, is he going to be taken out? He's at 29 health.
One more shot will do it. And they need that kill. They gotta even this
need
up.
that kill. To get rid of that tank is just one less, you know, mobile turret that's going to fire shells at them.
Yeah, already rolled really low as well.
Okay, now everybody's off the map from their opponents right now. Nobody knows where anybody is. They're picking parts of the map.
And that Noah player in that T69's got to be careful. They're going aggressive here. Candy trying to get some damage onto Rat. Taking one more hit will take him down. He goes
Rat's
down.
taken out. 3v3 now. No tier 1s left.
Sunglove goes down as well. Candy really low as well.
Candy very low here.
Red Bull now. He's going to have to carry this out.
It's going to be all up to Red Bull now.
LF Army's coming around. Get taken by surprise.
Now, they both have a tank that's so incredibly low, it could die at any second.
The Drum gets a shot onto Red Bull. Can't take that much damage. Sikaz trying to get some shots down. Both tanks so low.
Oh, this could be anybody's game right now. Candy's so low.
Oh,
it's just Candy left. It's just Candy left. And that does it. The Vipers have won their first game today. A very close match right there. You can see how happy Sunglove is.
Oh,
now that he won that.
That was so tense in those last minutes.
Well, you know, it's funny because they each had a tank that was under 100 HP. I mean, that's you can roll down a hill incorrectly, and that will kill your tank. You know?
Yeah. Bug lands on your tank, take too much damage, you go down.
Tank stubs its toe, game over. And so that's going to bring us now into game number 5 here. Excuse me.
Noah surprisingly dropping a set. Your prediction actually could be true here.
Well, let's see how far the Vipers can take this. Did Noah get cocky, or did the Vipers just pull back together so well from that break?
Well, they definitely looked a lot more, looked like they had decent teamwork, at least in that game, compared to the earlier ones. So maybe bringing it together, doing a decent strategy that time.
You know, the morale boost from that last game there for the Vipers is going to be huge.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because, I mean, they looked terrible in the first 3 games.
Yeah, we were talking
Seriously.
on the break. We're like, well, this is actually going to be the shortest day ever. You know?
Yeah.
Already 3-0 in 3 very fast games, and the Vipers looking really bad. Turning it around there, though.
Seriously turning it around. What exactly I guess what does Noah do now? I would say that in that last game, it wasn't bad planning. I would say it was actually the Vipers playing so well.
Yeah, the Vipers actually took that game.
If you noticed, which the Vipers don't normally do in this case, they figured out their situation and then turned around, backed up, and reorganized.
Yeah.
In a lot of the other situations, the Vipers get to a point, they turtle, they wait for something to happen, and that's where the opposing team outmaneuvers them.
Yeah. This time, taking it into their own hands, being a bit aggressive, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Sunglove, I think, almost took damage in the beginning, but was able to get out of there. They took out the 2 T1s very early, reducing a lot of vision.
And that's a big factor as well. This is often overlooked in World of Tanks, but when you lose the 2 T1s early on, you have no intel. If you're not 100% sure what's going on, you can at least send one of the T1s out there.
Yeah.
And they can spot and say, oh, okay, there's 3 heavy tanks behind this corner. Watch out.
Just imagine if they had a T1 in that push that Noah did on the right side where they lost those 2 tanks, the light, I think it was Shu Papa and
well, when Shu Papa died, that's right. White Morph was behind the rock.
Yeah.
That was when the game started to turn upside down.
Yeah. If they had a T1 there first to see exactly what tank's over there, maybe they wouldn't have taken so much damage.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes in their favor. We're going to go to Prokhorovka.
Prokhorovka. This is a great map.
Yeah.
This map's really tricky because it's not urban at all.
No,
it's hilly, and therefore there's a lot of different points of entry.
It's like it's not urban, but there's still a lot of very crucial parts of the map. A lot of different terrains there that make it difficult to create a good strategy, and it creates really good games.
Yeah, it really does. Now, in this case, we're going to have the Vipers here in the south, Noah here in the north. We don't normally see draws on this map, so either way, this set will be decisive, you know.
Yeah. AMX 1390s and T69s are very often picked on this map. Of course, it's very wide open. You need that mobility to maneuver around the map and out-position your opponents. something Vipers showed they were able to do, actually, in that last set.
The Vipers played very well in that last set. It was very close, by the way.
Yeah.
That could have actually gone to Noah.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't know until the last second. It was really when Candy was actually backing up.
Yeah.
You look at that and you're like, oh, all right, this is going to end poorly for him.
Yeah.
It almost seemed like Candy was confused in that last game. Like they were not aware that there was actually another tank that was behind the corner. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe they thought he would be a bit more passive because he was so low. They had the other guy there, I forget who it was, to support him from that angle, but it wasn't quite in the right position. Very, very close.
Okay, we're going to begin this game now. Presumably the Tier 1s are picked first, the two T1 Cunninghams. Presumably. And then we're most likely going to see a lot of AMX 1390s and T69s on this map.
I like going with 3 AMX 1390s, a T69, and an AMX 5100. Very balanced lineup. You can have that one heavy tank in the back to lay down some fire, as well as having a bunch of those fast tanks. Yeah.
We're waiting for that next T1 to be picked here from the Vipers, and now the real tank selection begins here. What is Noah going to pick? Again, this map, very tricky because it is so open.
Yeah, there's a lot of hills in the middle of the map.
Also, this is one of the worst maps to get treaded on if you're in a bad spot, because like if you get treaded on a hill, you just die. I mean, if you're like in the wrong spot, you get hit. It's game over, man.
Yeah.
It's not like Himmelsdorf where you come around a corner and get shot at, and you're like, oh no, I'm going to take another shell here before I roll back behind this building.
Yeah. So far, 2 AMX 1390s as well as 2 T69s for Noah. Vipers mirroring.
Yep, mirror picks so far.
Another T69, so no heavy tanks for Noah.
There's a high chance that the Vipers will not go with a heavy tank here as well. Heavy tanks normally not picked on this map. This is really a map that favors mobility. And there's the T69. So 3 T69s and 2 AMX 1390s for the Vipers. For Noah, it's going to be 2 AMX 13. Actually, yep, just mirror picks here.
Yep.
Completely mirrored up.
Same exact thing.
All right, let's get ready here for game number 5 between Noah and the Vipers.